Hello everyone, Skippy here, and welcome to One Piece episode 1015. Directed by Megumi Ishitani and supervised by Masami Mori, Hirotaka Ito, Takashi Kojima, and Takumi Yamamoto. After a longer than expected wait due to outside incidents, we're finally ready to dive right into the next major episode from superstar director Megumi Ishitani. That'll be adapting the penultimate and memorable moments of the manga's 1000th chapter and making it seemingly even better. With staff like Hirotaka Ito, the many different animators on board, and more than anything else, Masami Mori, who's an AD this time, showing off their skills and absolutely flexing what Ishitani's board allows them to do. With the director herself promising to fill the already in place content to the brim and then some, with some extra powerful looking additions that are truly going to be spectacular. The fact that I'm saying all this without even seeing a single lick of the major Luffy related attack in the preview really goes to show just how good it'll all turn out. So without further ado, will episode 1015 knock it out of the park and into the sky like it's expected to? Let's get to all the red on that rock and find out. This episode covers the majority of chapter 1000 as stated before, and while it may be more straightforward than past Ishitani episodes in terms of plot progression, it's still every bit as absolutely incredible when it comes to transferring stuff from page to screen as it should be. With most of that coming in the form of heightening the relationship between Yamato and Ace just like 1013 did, by adding in an extra scene of them interacting at the start of the episode when they were just chilling and drinking that simply just warms the heart, and other scenes that surprisingly, unlike the manga, shows us the type of inner turmoil that Yamato went through upon learning of Ace's death and just how it personally affected them, which leads to their eventual hope and optimism being put into Luffy when they remember both Oden and Ace's words, which gives them the strength to move on and continue to fight their father like there's no tomorrow, which adds layers to Yamato's character that for some reason just wasn't in the manga, and helps to flesh them out a tad bit. From all that stuff to simply just smaller character stuff like Zoro screaming as he gets flung up to the roof, or just Kid acting cocksure when he initially challenges Big Mom and Kaido when it's just him and Killer, you can really just get a grip on the staff and especially Ishitani's understanding of the characters and their personalities to further their own mission statement that Oda prescribed to them in the first place. And don't even get me started on just how lovely and expertly crafted the scene with Yamato hearing about Luffy saying he'll be Pirate King was, with them both hearing Luffy's words for the first time while remembering what Oden's journal said when Roger said as much as well, because not only are both scenes just so masterfully interwoven with one another, but it really does, to me anyway, show the proper weight of what Luffy wants to become and what he will become when putting both moments in the scene together, which makes Yamato's eventual declaration that they won't laugh at Luffy's dreams whatsoever extremely hard-hitting. When a chapter like this already has such excellent work to begin with, it can be hard to decide just how to go about it, especially with Wano's mission statement and Ishitani's usual character-driven flair. But once again, I find the efforts put on display here far more satisfying than what even the manga delivered, and I couldn't be happier to utter that phrase once again for something truly this special. If we've learned anything from both 957 and 982, it's that Ishitani truly gets how to make an episode cinematic and extremely intricate, and that's not any different here. With the episode not only simply just feeling larger than life on several occasions when the scale calls for it, during such big penultimate moments, lens flares and all, which does the flashback to the prior moments leading up to Luffy's attack on Kaido such incredible justice by panning through each and every single moment one right after another in such difficult to master but finessed all the same shots. But I think what I love about her board here more than anything is that in addition to such incredible and big moments, it's not afraid to just get calmer during normal character conversations that rely on cool layouts more than anything to emphasize the talking between all these characters, whether they be Ace and Yamato sized or Big Mom and Kaido sized. And yet it never feels like it's of a lesser quality than the rest of the episode because of it, which I think only goes to make the bigger and more incredibly ambitious shots surrounding them, like all the landscapes of Wano as Ace roars out of there, or as Yamato scurries onto the cliff sides to say goodbye to him, even more powerful. It's cohesive, airtight, and even plays around with different visual aesthetics and stuff like the masterfully woven flashback in the A part that uses such soft colors and minimalism to its advantage on top of Masami Mori's art. From the more calm and human opening sequence to the final powerful sequence of Luffy's Ryō activating as he charges up his Red Rock, which is by far now my favorite interpretation of the Ryō igniting in someone's veins visual trope, Ishitani's board was once again yet another incredible spectacle that I will not soon forget, and one that I am sure the absolutely star-studded animation staff on board here had such an incredible time with as well, because it's their work here too that also makes up this episode's DNA as well. From the second the episode opens up with Masami Mori's wonderful character animation with Yamato and Ace, you're made more than aware that the animation staff in this episode matter just as much as the director herself does. Because even when we're not looking at Soti's incredible, precise, and lively character acting between these two bros that fills up what is a good majority of the episode on its own, we're looking at stuff like his incredibly hard to produce but almost effortless for him background animation and secondary animation, with stuff like the characters interacting with the landscapes of Wano, that shows more than anything really the sheer range of visuals present in this episode even without taking the small bits of action into account. And it's that same range and energy that I think shines through in so much of the other animators' work here that it becomes almost difficult to pick out highlights amongst them all outside of Soti, because you'd clearly think that someone like Bahi JD would be the clear winner, who this time around is packing a couple character acting scenes with his visceral art and movement that adds such ferocity to Yamato's darkest moments and Luffy's strongest declaration at the end. But man, there's just so much great work from absolutely everyone who could have possibly made this episode what it deserved to be that I'm definitely keen on calling it all standout points. Because even if it's something as simple as Takumi Yamamoto's more delicate character acting with Momo and Yamato that he got to correct himself, or Yen BM's short but incredible scene before the rock hard hit itself, there's just a clear love for animation and the One Piece characters themselves here that just makes it perfect and a true Sakuga fan and One Piece fans' wet dream and then some. With even quite a bit of said fans getting their chance to slip through the cracks of the anime like usual, like my good friend Jackie Sawaki providing some wonderful weighty character acting once again that is only preceded by another friend of mine, Gloss, doing the same in such perfect fashion in his key animation debut on One Piece. And when it all leads up to that effortless and uncompromised action scene from the insane man himself, Takashi Kojima, that, like Yamamoto, he got to correct himself, the ceiling of this episode is effectively blown right off into the stratosphere as it achieves more than what I ever expected it to. Episodes like this truly only come around once in a great while due to the absolute hell world that is putting them all together. After all, they're literal mini movies in of themselves, it's not easy to produce. But 1015 clearly shows just how worth it that wait ends up being in the long run, because of the tireless hard work of not just our skilled director, but absolutely everyone else involved, from the animation to the composite. And if we can even get a glimpse of something this special again, I'll wait eons for it to happen. So please, just for a moment, thank Ishitani and thank absolutely everyone who helped chip away at making this episode possible. It's something that they will absolutely appreciate and love to hear from genuine fans of their work. Due to having a recap episode next week, which conveniently hits during Golden Week because of the month delay, there won't be a breakdown video next week. But I assure you that we'll be picking back up this energy when we return in 2 weeks to continue the Roof Piece greatness that has only just begun. Anyways guys, that's it for now. I'm Skippy, and damn, what an episode, man!